tell you what, it's hard to believe it's been a few years.
I know, and I remember the last one. That was so much fun. I remember talking about Vinnie Moore.
Right, right, yeah, and I told him again, I'm like, guess who I'm catching up with tonight? And he's like, who are you catching up with? I'm like, I'll be meeting Janet and Justin again. Justin's gonna blow your doors off, man, with his guitar, and. So he still wants you to be in one of his next music videos. So
Oh,
yeah, that invitation is always on the table. But yeah, we chat all the time, so it's pretty cool. But guys, I got to tell you both. First of all, everybody, welcome back to Rock Titan, and we have amazing guests with us right now. And like we were just talking about, it's been a few years since their album Synergy came out, but we are once again joined by Justin James and Janet Gardner, and Gardner and James. And they got their brand new album, New Strings, that just came out on June 9th. And I've heard it all. You'll be able to see the review out on rocktitan.tv, just like you did with Synergy. And
all right.
yeah,
Neat.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But it's been a few years. Lots changed. But what about you guys? Any major life changes going on?
Let's
No.
see. No, not really. Just other than our kids are getting too old and they're growing up too fast. So other than that,
Yeah, still just, doing music and surviving.
Yeah, right. Oh my God, it's funny because I remember you guys telling me last time. We were making jokes about music revenues, and you'd scrap those pennies together and treat everybody to a night out at Taco Bell.
There you
we're,
go.
we're still doing it.
Nothing but the finest.
Yeah, yeah. No, I make my own tacos. Taco Tuesday. It's always a Taco Tuesday. I give Taco Bell a run for their money. But yeah,
Sure.
yeah. Now you guys still out there in Chicago? Is that where you are right now?
We are, yes.
Right on, right on. So, No Strings. Little bit different than Synergy, at least from probably where you were coming from a spiritual, mind melding, artistic type of thing. Because I remember, Janet, you were saying last time that, the whole thing behind Synergy was that you are more than the sum of your parts, and that's really what that was all about, other than the fact that you had those two adorable gorillas, that looked like they just wanted to pay each other some love and attention. But No Strings. What went into that? Because clearly there were a lot of strings in this album.
Yes, a lot of guitars. Yeah, I mean, we just kind of sat down and just started writing, and we didn't really put a lot of thought into where it was going or if it was going to make any sense at all together. So as we were going, it's kind of like what we usually do. We get a few songs together, and then it sort of starts to take some sort of shape. And then we kind of go, I think we need something a little like this or something a little like that. And, lyrically, I was definitely feeling nostalgic. So there's some of that going on there. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, it was interesting because Synergy had just finished and we were waiting for it to come out. And I had already started noodling with some new ideas.
Okay.
And a couple of those songs did end up on this album. And it's like Janet said, we didn't really have a game plan. We didn't know what direction we were going to go in with this. And it was probably, I think, our fourth or fifth song we had recorded, which was Don't Turn Me Away. And once that was done and we had about 4 or 5 songs, it was like, okay, now this is starting. Now we get the picture here. We get where this is kind of going. And to me, there's a little more... It's 80s rock with a little modern twist to it, but it's got a little bit of an organicness to it, I think. That
Okay.
Right, there's a rootsiness to a lot of it that I think
right, we got a little
needed to
bluesier
explore.
at times, and yeah, it was nice to get these songs together, and then to hear. It was funny because when we were recording it, we were so into it at some point that we lost focus. Is it good? Is it not good? Because we were listening to it over and over.
We were ready to throw it in the garbage and start over.
We
'Cause
were.
We were just so confused. It was like, I have no idea if this is good or bad, or so we definitely had to play some things for other people to just kind of get a gauge, because you're terrible at judging your own work. Absolutely, everybody is, and we're particularly bad, I think.
Yeah.
But and Synergy was, was recorded during the pandemic for the most part. So it had kind of a cloud over it. I mean, we were expressing some happy thoughts, but a lot of it was really kind of not very happy. And I think this one has a lot more joy to it and a lot more feistiness.
Yeah, absolutely. Synergy came together so fast because we had so much time. Whereas this one, we took our time a little bit more with it and really focused on songwriting and production and everything.
It's interesting to hear you both dissect it like that because with no strings, as I'm going through and I'm listening to all the tracks and I break everything down. So, like when I do my reviews, I think it's probably a little different than a lot of the people that do put out reviews out there. And I'm not saying that I'm any better or any worse or anything like that. Everybody has their own style. But I know that with like a lot of writers, they just kind of talk about the album as a whole. And they'll kind of break down different songs and throw in, maybe their thoughts and feelings on one particular song, but not necessarily dissecting it track by track, which I like to do that. I like to actually go through and I break everything down almost like a script, and I have everything, kind of just laid out what I thought of each piece. And Janet, Justin, like what you guys were both talking about, a little bit of that nostalgia, a little bit of that attitude. I threw out the word sassy in one of them, because he definitely had that. And I dig it, and there was definitely that hardcore, like classic 80s metal feel. Justin, man, I loved your guitar on this one, man. Like every single track, man, you just brought it. And Janet, your vocals are amazing. I know we talked about how you preserve your vocals and preserve your fitness and how you go about doing what you do professionally. But my God, I mean, you really, you crushed it on this one. You really did. I mean, your fourth album and, I mean, usually they say 3 times a charm. I'm going to say 4 times a charm with no strings.
Thank you.
Seriously. It was fun. It was fun. I really enjoyed listening to it. So everybody, it's available right now because it came out on June 9th. But make sure you go out. We'll have all the links here so you can go out and grab it if you haven't already. What's the reception been like for you guys? Like, what kind of feedback have you had?
Amazing.
We couldn't be happier.
Yeah, in our wildest dreams. We're reading some of the reviews and some of people's comments and stuff, and we're like, our dog likes it. She's critical and she's crazy for it. She's heard it a lot of times, though. She's kind of sick of it. I mean, we're reading some of the comments and something. It's like, I mean, we couldn't ask for anything better. We couldn't write better reviews for ourselves. So it's been fantastic. We're really, really grateful.
Yeah. I mean, it's no matter what, like when the day before your album comes out and the day it comes out, you're always sitting there with, there's anxiety there. You're hoping people will get it and understand what you were going for and enjoy it and like it. And yeah, so far the comments we're getting back have been awesome. And it's completely made our day every day since it's come out so far. So.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And I wouldn't have expected anything less. I mean, I'd be shocked. So you guys got to be glad you didn't throw it out.
Absolutely.
You didn't shove it,
We salvaged it and got our attitude together and played it for a few people that said, oh, this is great. Instead of, we were like, I don't know. So yeah, it helped us carry on. So we do need people's feedback.
I'll tell you what, the title track, No Strings, when I was listening to that, Janet, I honestly, God, I almost thought I was listening to Olivia Newton-John. Like it almost had that kind of feel, but you sounded like her. And you really did. Have you ever had that comparison drawn to you? Justin, what do you think, man? Have you ever had anyone say, you sound like Olivia Newton-John?
I don't know. To be honest, I haven't heard enough of her music to know.
You never watched Xanadu, man? Come on.
I have.
Now I'm going to go listen.
When I was in junior high, I did sing a couple of Olivia Newton-John songs for a pop concert. Oh. So there you go.
See, you nailed it. It stuck with her this whole time.
I went back to my junior high days and came up with a little Olivia.
You see, so Janet's not like the cheerleader Olivia from Grease. She's definitely the leather jacket one, like, hey, boy, I mean, obviously.
Okay.
You two got to be one of the most photogenic couples, I swear, on the planet Earth. Look at you two. I see a lot of the pictures of you guys and all the videos that you put out so far. Well, all right. So you have what, Last in Line, and you got 85 that you've done official music videos for right now. Yeah.
I'm living free in 85.
Living free. Yeah. I'm living free. Yes.
Big
I'm sorry.
deal.
Yeah. What the hell am I talking about? I don't know. But I have them all right in front of me too. Yeah, I'm living free. Turn the page. Are there any other official music videos that you guys have thought about doing in support of No Strings?
We're gonna do another one for sure, but we don't know what song yet.
Okay.
Don't open your mouth.
So Justin already knows. He's already got it. So you know.
Lobbying, when he starts lobbying, he'll like I'm surprised he doesn't like send out a petition and get people to sign it to bring it to me. When he wants a particular song, it can get ugly.
I'll message you on the side when we're done here.
Inquiring minds.
Yes.
Want to know. I definitely do. I wish I could do your video. That would be fun. I wish I was like more in the Chicago area and I could help film it. I miss doing that. I really enjoy doing music videos. Those are fun.
Do music videos?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I think you should visit to Chicago.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what? I am due for a road trip out there. We have some very dear friends out there, so we are due for a road trip. And plus, like you were talking about the kids getting older, my kids are like out of the house now. Over the last 3 years, my twins graduated. They've moved
You're an
on.
empty nester?
Almost. I still have a 15-year-old. So, but we're prepared to make him a latchkey kid. It's like,
we have one too.
Yeah.
We'll join you in that.
Right? There you go. So yeah, no, it's all good there. Now, one of the things, obviously, that's very, very different now with No Strings versus what you had to go through with Synergy was the ability to be able to go out and physically support it, go out and tour. Oh my God, tour. Like couldn't even comprehend it. Last time that we all spoke. Now you're going to get to do that, and from what I saw, you've got some tour dates coming up pretty soon with some people that I adore. Rhymes with Todd the Tour, Queensryche. And awesome, dude. I love those guys, even though, Queensryche, Jeff Tate. Okay, we're not even going to get into that. We're not going to get into that.
No, don't.
But I do love Jeff Tate, and I love Todd the Tour all the same. They've both done amazing things with Queensryche.
Absolutely.
So I think that's cool that you guys are doing that. And then I saw Sebastian Bach. And then Quiet Riot, Now, obviously, Quiet Riot's undergone some serious changes, and I had the privilege to speak with Frank Benali literally just a month before he passed. So, yeah, it was when I found out about Frankie passing, that was hard. That was hard because I knew that I was like one of the last people to really give him a formal interview, and that just weighed really heavy on me. And there's just such a phenomenal band. But getting back to it, so you guys gonna be touring with them. How does it feel to know you're gonna get out there on the road again and be playing with some of these prominent musicians?
I can't even explain it. Yeah, because like you said, with Synergy, we had all these songs. We had to wait months before we could even get out there and do a show. With this one, yeah, we're gonna go full throttle. We're gonna bust out a couple new songs, and we are so excited. And again, what cool bands to go out there, and it's guaranteed to be a great show and a lot of fun.
Yeah. Now, Justin, have you ever played with any of those guys before? Had you ever played with Queensryche in any of their iterations, or Bach or Quiet Riot or any of them dudes?
Quiet Riot, yes, but not Queensryche and not Bach. So this will be a first for those guys. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm a huge Skid Row fan, so that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, right on, man. Right on. Oh God, man, I could see you tearing up like those albums like big time. Janet, what about you? Did you ever tour with any of them guys back in the day?
Yeah, we well, not back in the day so much, but we have played in Vixen. We played with Queensryche a couple of times with
right
Todd.
on.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know Jeff. I've never met him, but I love Todd.
Yeah.
What cool, talented,
right,
amazing guy.
Yeah.
So, and they never disappoint. So that's going to be great. And yeah, Sebastian, with Vixen, we played with him on different festivals, and actually we played Milton Keynes with Skid Row
Oh wow.
in England back in, I think it was 1990.
Wow.
That was amazing. There was about 60,000 people there. And
That
get this,
wow.
Skid Row opened for us.
Yeah, right on. Right on.
So
As
they
it should be. As it should be. Everyone should be opening up for Gardner James. You guys
no,
be headlining. It's
they were
coming.
pretty new and they hadn't really broken big in England yet. And that's where the Milton Keynes thing was. So it was very weird that, they went on before us. And of course, after they played, I was like, I don't want to follow that. What?
Oh, the mad amount of energy that they have
They
is
were so
crazy.
good. They were so good.
So I only just brought up like a couple of shows, but so what does the touring cycle look for you guys? Because I know that people rely on you, Janet, to take care of their oral hygiene and whatnot. So I mean,
Of course,
is that
yes.
is that something that you're still doing?
It is something that I'm still doing a few days a week.
Okay,
So
all right.
yeah, I mean, luckily it's very flexible. So yeah, if we get some great dates, we're gonna go do them for sure. So yeah, I think we'll probably do about 10 dates
Okay, so
on the
but
end of the year.
could
Not a ton, but enough.
okay, so it's not like the type of thing where if you wanted to, if you really wanted to, you could like hit the road for 2-3 months and just go.
No, no, we have kids. We have too much.
Take them on the road.
But yeah, if the right offer presents itself,
That's true.
we can make it happen.
But
Remote learning, like all the kids didn't know how to do the remote learning. It's perfect now. It's
I don't,
tried, proven, and tested.
honestly, I love them to death, but I don't trust them as far as I can throw them. So
You could
love
have
them,
you could have
don't
the
trust
Gardner you could have the Gardner James European vacation.
Oh, that'd
Take
be
a
great.
station wagon, throw them all in. Let's go.
Bring it
Right?
into
We're on
Valley World.
tour.
Wally World, yeah, just go cross country at the very least. It'd be
We can
his.
give them
There's
jobs.
history. It'd be educational because I know whenever we pull our kids out of school, we got to write like some essay to the school on why we're pulling our kids out so that social services doesn't show up at our front door. So it's just like
Rescue.
you've got that educational element behind it.
Right. I could bring some books, do some homeschooling,
There
bus
you go.
school.
There you go. All right. So I don't know. I mean, so what's the next plan? So you are going to definitely be supporting No Strings. Have
Yeah.
we, since that's all done, it's all penned, clearly there had to be some songs. Justin, you had to have written some riffs that didn't make the cutting room floor. There had to be some leftover material. Have you already been working on a fifth album? Is that something that you guys have been thinking about? Or have you just fully immersed yourself in number 4 and this is what you're going to put all your emphasis behind right now?
For now, that's the plan. This time around, we're going to dive in, support this album, and I'm sure, I mean, we're workaholics when it comes to writing music, and we have the convenience of having the studio in our house.
Oh,
So
really?
it's pretty easy to just dive in. And I say this now, we worked so hard on this album that when it was all said and done, we had to put a time limit on ourselves because we kept going back and
Well,
remixing.
I was gonna get him in a 12-step program. It was like I could not get him away from out of the basement, out of the studio. I could not get him out of here. So I was like, you've got a problem here. We need to
I was losing my mind by the end. I mean, we had certain songs in this album that had probably 50 different mixes and
Mm.
versions.
not an exaggeration.
Yeah. We
I am not kidding. Because every time you do it, you label it, I'm living free 42, the 42nd version of it. So you don't get them all confused. And we were almost at 50.
right. And it's kind of like Def Leppard on your shirt there. Like when they finished Hysteria, and they were done, and it was just like, okay, we need a break, we need to walk away. They worked so hard on that album. That's kind of like the point for the first time I hit that we just worked so hard that I'm looking forward to walking away for a little while and taking a break. And I say that today, and then in 2 weeks, I might be right back at it again. Right now, I want to distance myself and just get out and play these live shows.
Yeah, and there is a bunch of stuff that we didn't finish.
There is.
There's a couple of, even I had a couple of those musical
Mhm.
things that we didn't finish. So yeah,
Okay.
we have more ready to dive back in.
All right, so you have a segue into number 5 at some point, but for right now, No Strings is the focus. Now, you were talking about the mixing and all the different versions, that you had gone through with it. Do you do your own mixing, or do you have someone else do that?
We do everything from start to finish, from the writing, the recording, to the mixing, to the mastering of the songs. So
Wow.
we rely on nobody, which is both a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing that we get to do what we want to do, but it's a curse because you sometimes don't know when to stop, and you go too far and you do too much. And
Right, and you start second guessing yourself.
right.
Whereas if you have someone that's sort of an outside, that's not so inside it like we are, I think they would be a lot more objective. Like we get so lost in it that sometimes it's like, I don't know if it was better 2 weeks ago or if
Mm.
they're better now, and you try comparing them and it's like, well, this one has more bass and that's kind of cool, but this one, is a little cleaner, so that's kind of cool. And it's we could spend 10 years making one album
Oh
easily.
my God. Well,
Just
how
have
much time did you spend on No Strings versus like Synergy? Because the times that we were in were obviously very different.
Right.
So the way you would allocate your time would have been different. But like, how long from the
Right.
minute you hit the studio, all right, and you started master or recording Synergy versus when you started recording No Strings? What was that process like?
Synergy was fast. That was
Yeah.
the fastest album we ever wrote and recorded, and I would say that one maybe what took 6 months.
Yeah, I mean, we were in lockdown,
Yeah,
so there
so
was nothing else to do.
we just dove
Walk
into
the
it.
dog, record music. Walk the dog, record some more music.
So with No Strings, like I said, I started coming up with some of the ideas before before Synergy even came out. So this started close to 3 years ago.
Okay. All right.
This is our longest album I think that we ever worked on, but we wanted it to be the best we could possibly get it. So we weren't cutting any corners. We weren't gonna put out something just because we wanted a 12th song on the album. We wanted to make sure we were satisfied and happy with every track on
No,
there.
we definitely gave the songs a little more time to simmer, sort of. We work on it a little bit and then put it away for a while and then come back to it with fresh ears. And I think that helps
Yeah.
if you just let it kind of simmer for a while and not rush to just be done with it. So yeah, we definitely spent more time this time.
Right on. Right on. Makes sense. So, parting thoughts. I know you guys got to get going. I would love to speak with you much longer, but I know you have your media rounds to make here, and I want to be sensitive of your time. And guys, thank you so much again. Thank you for
So
being
thank
with
Thank
me
you.
on
you.
Right
It's
Now.
always so great to talk to
I
you.
love
when
hanging out with you. I love it. So,
Why?
parting thoughts. Parting thoughts. What should your fans expect from No Strings? So, if I'll start with you, Janet, and then Justin. What do you want to impart on everybody who has not yet bought No Strings? Why should they do it?
We missed you kind of broke up a little there, but I'm assuming you're just talking about what to expect from
What
the
to
album.
expect? Why should your fans just be chomping at the bit to go pick up No Strings right now?
Well, I think that there's probably something in there that almost anyone can relate to and apply to their life. There's relationship songs, there's some, more attitudey, there's a party song, always got to have a party song. There's, good driving tunes, there's a couple of ballads that, I think are somewhat moving. Um So yeah, I think whatever mood you're in, you could probably find something on there.
Right on, right on. Now, Justin, for you, is there going to be any tablature that is going to be coming along with this album so that people can play like you?
I think so. There might be something that'll pop up
Neil
out
will
there.
do some tablature.
Yeah, we got a good
Our friend Neil.
a good guy in Europe that always tabs out a couple of our songs. So that'll be good because I can't do that stuff. But yeah, no, I think, like Janet said, there's something for everybody on this album. And I think, it's a feel good album. It'll bring you back to the past, but it's got a little touches of today in there. So it's fresh at the same time. I think Janet sounds better than she's ever sounded. We've done 4 albums together. She did 3 Vixen albums, and she just keeps getting better and better. And the feel in her voice, I think, is stronger than ever. And I think it's a fun CD. And usually, I don't say this about our own stuff, but even when I put the CD in, I have a hard time picking what my favorite is. I love listening to everything on this album, and I'm really proud of what we did, and I think people will enjoy it.
Right on, right on. Now, you said CD. Any vinyl? Could people get this on vinyl?
There was talk of it. I don't
Right,
know.
Frontiers was talking about
Right,
it.
because Pavement Records is releasing it in North America, and Frontiers is releasing it in the rest of the world. And there was talk that there will be a vinyl pressing of this, but I haven't heard anything in a while.
So far, no.
All right, well, something for us all to pay attention to on your social media. No doubt we'll be able to find it there, right?
Yes,
Right.
that would be awesome.
Or go to Frontiers and request it.
We'll lobby. We'll lobby. You know what? I'm going to I'll put out a poll. I'll put out a Rock Titan poll saying, should No Strings by Gardner James be on vinyl? And there you go. I mean, maybe that justifies it right there.
Perfect.
Yeah, I would love to have it on vinyl. I really would.
All right. All right. Very
Go
cool.
for it.
Very cool. Very cool.
Happen.
We'll make it happen. Make it happen, Captain. So, everybody, if you have enjoyed this podcast with Janet and Justin every bit as much as I have, and I know you have, show us some love. Show us some love on our Rock Titan YouTube channel and any other media platforms you might find us. And share it. Share it. And please leave your comments. If there was something that I just left out, or if there's something you want to share, so next time I can catch up with them, we can pass the message along, or maybe you just share something with me and I share it with Janet and Justin anyway. And, just keep the collaboration going, because I'm all about that. But, once again, thank you for watching us on Rock Titan. Janet, Justin, you guys absolutely rock. Thank you so much. And Scotty J, we're out.
Thank you, Scotty.
Thank you. Our pleasure.